get more views on the story. They can also give exposure to the sport. This is good as it can bring more players in. How the internet affects football. It spreads the game worldwide, but people that don't have the possibility to go to games live or watch it on TV, they can watch a stream on the internet. It also helps people watch football who can't afford to pay for the TV channels such as Sky Sports or BT Sport. They can also allow fans from around the world to interact with each other, which again is good because otherwise they wouldn't have that opportunity. They can get a broader range of people involved. However, this can lead to controversy and arguments between sets of fans. This is what's known as the Golden Triangle. It's sport, sponsorship and media. It's known as this because each one contributes towards improving the other. For example, a player may get media exposure for playing well. This exposure could lead to them receiving a new sponsorship deal, which could increase the quality of the player's life, which could increase his happiness level and therefore could impact on his performance and so on. Now I'll talk about the technology in football. The different technologies are goal line technology, vanishing phone, radio communication, equipment such as kit, boots, ball, stadiums, injury treatment and facilities at the club. First I'll talk about how technology which influences the game itself. That's goal line technology, which helps eradicate refereeing mistakes on goal line decisions. An example of that is Frank Lampard's disallowed goal at the 2010 World Cup against Germany, where the ball was clearly over the line, but the goal wasn't given and it changed the outcome of the game. Next is the vanishing phone used by the referees. This was introduced at the start of the 2014-15 season. This used to mark out where the ball should be placed and where the wall should be for a free kick. There's radio communication between officials. This allows them to report any incidents to each other without having to stop the game and then the referee go across to the linesman or fourth official to receive the information. The stadiums have undersoil heating and drainage. This allows games that may otherwise be postponed due to the weather to still be played as it keeps the pitch in better condition. There's also some stadiums which use artificial grass, which again helps with that, so it doesn't get waterlogged or too muddy or freeze. The cameras, which are a big part of football now, they not only allow the game to be broadcast worldwide and increase its exposure, they also allow the game to be analysed post-match, as they can watch footage of a player performing, see what they've done well, what they haven't done well, then they can feed back to that player. Now I'll talk about the technology that affects the players. This is about equipment. This is kit, most notably the dry fit technology, which is built in to help remove sweat from the body and keep the player dry. The boots, these are designed to be as light and as tight fitting as possible, while still giving sufficient protection to the player, whilst providing a natural feel for the ball. At times, however, the boots can be too thin and cause the players to receive injuries from things such as being studded. And the balls are designed to be light and well made so they don't break during use. They now use thermo-bonding technology to bond the panels together rather than using stitching, as it affects the flight of the ball length. The next bit of technology is shin pads. They're designed to be strong and lightweight so they can protect the player's leg from impacts. A specific example is what you can see in the bottom left, which is a pair that Francesco Totti had specially made after he double broke his leg, and they wrap all the way around the leg to protect it from all angles. There's injury treatments. This includes things such as oxygen tanks and defibrillators, which are now kept at ringside at match site since the incident with Fabrice Muamba in 2012. Then there's facilities at the club. These are changing rooms, jacuzzis, ice baths, to help the players recover from injuries. As you can see at the bottom, that's Frank Ribery in an do have their footage reviewed by members of staff at the club, and then they can feed back. It's also linked to heart rate monitors, which can be worn by the players to monitor their effort levels throughout a game. Finally, I'll talk about technology from other sports and whether it could work in football or not. The collision review system, which is from cricket and tennis mainly, system which is used in cricket in a way that each team has 3 reviews. They can review any decision, and if they get the review, if they review correctly, they keep that review and it can be used again. However, if they get it wrong, they lose that review. I think this is a good idea for football because it could be used in decisions such as penalties or where a player thinks that an opposing player has dived. As the game's already stopped anyway, it wouldn't interrupt the flow of the game. The next bit is the video reference, which is used in rugby. The system which is used to show the ref a clip or have an extra official, and what they do is they'll just watch it and then they'll tell the ref through his earpiece whether it was a foul or a goal, and it just helps make the decisions more correct and create less pauses in the game.
Fantastic, brilliant. Little question about the media. Do you think it's a positive or a negative on jobs in football, for example, managers' jobs?
I think it's a negative because it builds pressure on them to perform. They're not doing well, which in turn could lead to them doing worse.
Okay, how do press make it worse then?
Say, for example, is Alan Pardew. He's not doing well at the moment. They'll be like blown out of proportion, making up stories about he's getting sacked and stuff like that to get people to read.
Okay, brilliant. How did you find using Prezi?
I thought it was quite good. It's more technical, but once you get the hang of it, it's more stuff you can do on it.
Yeah. Okay, a positive and a development point from what you've done today.
I thought the presentation was quite clear, but I thought that some of the slides had a bit too much information on that. Perhaps could have spread that out through a couple more slides rather than putting it all on one.
Yeah, I think you presented really, really well. I think some of your slides were class, loads of pictures, but then there's a few with like a lot of writing on. So if you can get that broken up a little bit, that'd be fantastic. Happy?
Yeah.
Well done. Good stuff.